Okay, so we get this question a lot, and that's how to actually render your final movie. So once everything's all done, you're ready to kind of output it, and that way you can, give it to someone, put it on YouTube, hand it in, whatever. You need to be able to properly render it. So first thing you want to do is make sure that your actual sequence is selected. So in this case, I'm using one called scene. Now these guys right up here, you want to make sure that this last one is going right to the very last clip, and this first one is going right to the start. Otherwise, it's not going to actually render the whole thing. Anyway, once you've done that, you're just going to go up to File, Export, choose Media, and down here, this is just your area that it's going to verify how long this is. So this one here is a minute, 2 seconds, and 6 frames. Under Format, there's a whole bunch here, but usually what we're using is H.264. So we're going to click that. Then under the preset, this is where it gets a little confusing because there's so many. There's all these Android phone, there's 3GPs, there's Apple. What I'm going to recommend is you're going to go all the way down here, and depending on what you actually filmed it in, if you filmed it in HD, use one of the HDs. If it's 1080, use a 1080. If it's a 720, use a 720. Now if you look over here in my source, you can see that this video was filmed at 1920 by 1080 at 29.97, so about 30 frames a second. So I want the output to be similar to that. So I'm going to go to 1080p 29.97. This is going to be the best output, assuming I want 1080p. Now if you want to keep the file size a little bit smaller, you can actually go all the way down, and they have some presets for YouTube. So I could go YouTube HD 1080p 29.97. I'll just do that one there. Then choose the output name. We're going to render it right to the desktop. Give it a name, whatever you want. Hit save. And the rest of the settings should be fine the way they are. So I'm just going to click on export now. And depending on how complex your scene is, it's actually going to do a render. Okay, so once that's all done, last thing you want to do, just make sure your video works. So you can double click it and have a watch. Make sure that it's all going to be good so you can submit it or upload it. And you're good to go.